Hey guys, kayfabe memories here, or kayfabe all day. That's a website. But I'm gonna talk about the Vikings, right? The Minnesota Vikings, my team, lost last week, and a lot of controversy about the last play, and the Kirk Cousin haters. And I'm just so glad that fans don't run football teams, because a lot of football fans today, especially in these days, are just idiots. It's almost like they play fantasy football, and I think they think that's reality. And they propose all these stupid trades that are never going to happen, and they go by just stats in terms of, okay, let's get rid of Cousins and get Trey Lance and all that. Listen, you idiots out there, you fans that just think it's easy to win a Super Bowl. Dan Marino went to one Super Bowl, and he went in his second year. Never returned after that. Yet, like Fran Tarkington said, some idiot out there is going to say that Mark Rippon was a better quarterback because he won a Super Bowl. Brett Favre went to two, but early in his career, it never returned again. Aaron Rodgers went to 1-1. I remember everybody saying the Packers are going to have a dynasty. Aaron Rodgers is going to win multiple, like 4 or 5 Super Bowls. He never went back. Probably never will go back. It is not easy to go to a Super Bowl. I don't care how great a quarterback you are. John Elway couldn't win one until he got Terrell Davis and a good defense around him. He could only carry the Broncos to the AFC Championship. They got slaughtered each time in the Super Bowl in the 80s. Kirk Cousins is not at the Marino Elway level. You don't have to be. Those are very rare quarterbacks. Stop expecting him to be at that level. But he is under that level and not far under, and he's a very good quarterback. That if you put a good defense around him, they already have weapons on offense, he could easily go to a Super Bowl and win it. Okay? So for you guys who are living in La La Land and thinking, oh, just like, this is not the movies, this is not Rocky 3. Okay? There's most of the times in pro football, there's not happy endings for players and for teams. 31 teams every year go home unhappy. This is not movies where the guy's always going to win in the clutch. The great players a lot of times fail in the clutch. Okay? They fail a lot of times. And then once in a while they do win. That's what separates the great from the not great, is once in a while those great ones will win in the clutch. Too many times the Vikings have been put in positions where they had to come from behind, and Kirk Cousins accomplished it 11 times. It's still not good enough. Accomplished it against Indy, accomplished it against Buffalo, and they failed. It's what happens. It's football. And what I love about what Tom Landry said back in the day when they interviewed him, when he was coaching the Cowboys, he says, the funnest part about pro football is the chase, not always winning the championship. It's the chase. Fans today have like this fantasy football mentality that you're supposed to win all the time. Your player should always come through in the clutch. That's not reality. This isn't the movies. This is reality. It is reality. Your team is going to fail most of the time. That's just the way it's supposed to be. It's the way it happens. The Tom Brady's, Joe Montana's, they're the rarities. The John Elways are the rarities. They're not the commons. You don't have to be one of those guys to win a Super Bowl. Okay? Look at how many times Peyton Manning failed before he actually won a Super Bowl. So give Kirk a chance. They're not going to trade him. They're not going to get Trey Lance and all these other fantasy trades that you guys that play fantasy football think they're going to do. It's not that easy. And Trey Lance is not that good. Okay? You have a proven quarterback who's not old, because today you could be a quarterback play into your early 40s because they treat quarterbacks like they're wearing skirts. They don't allow them to get hit too much. So he's young. All right? Kirk Cousins is tough. He's willing to take a hit. He's a tough quarterback. Right? So, and this is not fantasy football. You're not going to go out there and get somebody better. Nobody's going to trade Patrick Mahomes to you and Joe Burrow, which are the top quarterbacks in the league. Okay, so that's not going to happen. or in I don't know, Jalen Hurts, it remains to be seen if he's going to jump to that level this year. You're not going to get those guys, so give it up. And the other guys, like, let's get, Trey Lance, let's get this quarterback. Come on, man. Trey Lance cannot hold Kirk Cousins' jock. I just don't like myopic fans. And they think that you're supposed to always come back. Like, dude, the guy came back 11 times. That's unheard of in the NFL. Like, Joe Montana, as great as Joe Montana was, 1985, 86, and 87, they didn't get it done 3 years in a row. Right? This isn't the movies where the guy, your hero always comes through in the clutch and always wins, and the good guys win. This is not the movies. This is reality. You guys watch too many sports movies where there's a happy ending after the big game. It's not like that. Most of the time, it's not. It's real life. Now, the defense is trash. Right? You have the guy Eric Hendricks for linebacker can't tackle worth a crap. The guy plays high. The guy's always trying to hit somebody with his shoulder instead of wrapping up and tackling them. That's supposed to be your linebacker, inside linebacker. Harrison Smith is old. Same thing. He's always trying to hit people. Like, dude. And of course, Donatel 3-4 didn't fit the personnel. And even if he adjusted, we had older football players that didn't know how to tackle for some reason, trying to always make the big hit and play high, tackle high. It just wasn't to be this year. Kevin O'Connell got the most out of a team that probably didn't have the talent overall to be 13-4, but he got the most out of it. That's a good sign. You guys should be like, you Viking fans, including myself, we should be looking forward to the future, because that shows that O'Connell has got, for the first year, his first year was great, and he's got potential to be a great head coach. They just got to get an aggressive defensive coordinator in there and just revamp that defense. And with the offensive talent we have, we don't have to have a great defense. We just have to have an above average defense, right? Above average. And I hate to break it to you, even if we beat the Giants, we are likely not beating the 49ers on the road with the 49ers defense. You see that defense, that running game, it just wasn't going to happen. And this early exit, I hate to say it, but the early exit from the playoffs was probably the best thing to happen, because it didn't give the Vikings a false sense of hope at Donatel. And so they got rid of him. And now we can get a young, aggressive defensive coordinator. Just revamp that thing, revamp that defense. Hendricks and Harrison Smith, appreciate them, but their time has passed. Got to get young lions on defense, hogs, junkyard. You got to get a junkyard dog on that defensive line too, just like a mean junkyard dog. Anyways, guys, I'm out.